With the 2025 World Darts Championship ended the other night, where Luke Littler, of course, picked up the Sid Waddell Trophy and the 2025 World Championship title, I thought I would jump on and sort of give my predictions ahead of the 2025 Premier League of Darts unveiling, reveal, whatever you want to call it, and sort of give my predictions on what I think would be or should be the 2025 Premier League lineup. So we'll start off with the four guaranteed players. So obviously Luke Humphries, world number 1, Luke Littler, world number 2, Michael Van Gerwen, world number 3, and Rob Cross, world number 4. Those are the four guaranteed players in the Premier League of Darts, no matter what. The top four after the World Darts Championship are the first four players in the Premier League lineup. And sort of, those are the four that automatically get in no matter what. Rob Cross hasn't really had the best year. Obviously, he is in as world number 4. Michael, obviously, getting to the world final. Littler winning the world title. And Humphries, obviously, picking up a few trophies throughout the year. But no matter what, in terms of their year, those four are in. Number 5, Stephen Bunton. I've put a tick next to Stephen Bunton. I think world number 5, Masters champion, really sort of pushing on now and making a mark in the world game at the moment and playing some really good darts, Stephen Bunton. And not just that, look, the Premier League is a showbiz event, it's all about attraction and stuff like that. Stephen Bunton has an incredible walk on it, which is loved by a lot of fans. His social media, appearance makes him even more of an appealing pick for the Premier League. I think Stephen Bunton is number 5. Number 6, Gezi Price. I'd put question mark next to Gezi Price. Didn't really do what I thought he could have done at the World Championship, losing in the quarterfinals to Chris Dobie. Not really a big year for Gezi Price, but obviously he is a former world champion, and I've said this before with the Premier League. A lot of players don't get in because they're just not a recognisable face. I've missed out quite a few, which I'll sort of give a notable mention to at the end of the video. But I think Gezi Price, with there being a night in Cardiff, with there being, people wanting a recognisable face, I think Gezi Price fits that bill. He is a bit of a, pantomime villain on stage, and he's also an incredibly good dart player on his day. I've gone Gezi Price, number 6. Number 7, I've gone Chris Dobie. Now, again, Chris Dobie was in the Premier League 2 years ago. Didn't play bad. Played quite well in a lot of games. Obviously won the Masters a couple of years ago. So it is obviously interesting to, see if Dobie gets put in there. World Championship semi-finalist, of course. Playing really well in the majors. Does look like that player that can potentially now push on. And also when he was in the Premier League, the fans loved him. He had some great moments in the Premier League. And again, there is a night in Newcastle, which is Chris Dobie's home. I've picked Gezi Price for that reason. I've picked Chris Dobie for this reason as well. I think Dobie should get place number 7. And then the last one is Peter Snakebite Wright. Again, question mark for Peter Wright's selection for me. But I think he should be in there. 2 nights in Scotland. You've got to capitalise on there being 2 nights in Scotland. Obviously Gary Anderson is not going to be in there. Cameron Menzies obviously not. And Scotland have a chance to put a player in their venues in Peter Wright. Again, not the best year whatsoever from Peter Wright. Finished 8th in the Premier League last year. In my opinion, if you finish 8th in the Premier League, you shouldn't be allowed in it the next year. But I think with it being 2 venues in Scotland, obviously got to the quarterfinals of the World Championship, losing to Stephen Bunton, knocked out Luke Humphries along the way in that tournament. Does that give Peter Wright a bit of an edge? I'm not too sure, but I've gone Peter Wright, number 8. Notable mentions that haven't made my 8, Damon Heta. Again, pushed on the verge this year of a really good run somewhere. Mike De Decker won the World Grand Prix. I just don't think Mike De Decker gets in. Just because it's not a recognisable face. If you're a darts casual and you're flicking through something to watch on a Thursday and you see Gerwin Price versus Stephen Bunton or Luke Littler versus Luke Humphries, Michael Van Gerwen against Peter Wright, you're going to be more invested in that then Damon Heta versus Mike De Decker. It's just the way the marketing world works, I'm afraid, and I think that Mike De Decker doesn't get in for that reason. And then again, Chisnall, nowhere near it, doesn't deserve to be anywhere near a Premier League for me. And again, I can't really think of any other names that I've missed out that deserve to be in it, really. I mean, Johnny Clayton potentially, but I think the main ones that have missed the cut are Damon Heta and Mike De Decker. I think apart from those two, I think this 8 is pretty much nailed on. Let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, the Premier League reveal is going to be on Monday at 4:30. There will be a video for it, potentially live stream as well, to find out the 8 Premier League players. Oh, and Dimitri Van den Berg. I've just thought of one last minute. Dimitri Van den Berg is a potential option, same as Nathan Aspinall. But I think those two are a lot further down the pecking order in terms of who gets in for me. But yeah, those are my 8. Luke Humphries, Luke Littler, Michael Van Gerwen, Rob Cross, Stephen Bunton, Gezi Price, Chris Dobie, Peter Wright. Let me know your 8 down below in the comment section down below, and we'll see how close we get in our Premier League lineup predictions, etc, etc. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to you later.